Well, hello again, stained glass people. I'm going to do a quick little video on home safety, studio safety, and explain why you don't use a switch, a wall switch, which is rated for 15 amps, and use it for a, plugging your iron in and what have you. This is a typical 15-inch wall switch to inside where the connections are. And here you can see the only thing that is powering your outlet is this tiny little button right here. Right? When the switch is on, when it's off, it's like that. When it's on, it goes like that. Alright, it makes the connection between the hot wire. And the reason why you don't use switches is because that's very vulnerable for heating up and failing. And you look at most switches, unless you have the old metal ones, they're plastic. So to give you an idea how small that button is. And it's just a small tab that pushes against that bar inside to make that connection. Now, chances are that if you do have a break, if it heats up where it becomes unsafe, you're going to trip your breaker. But I would say before tripping your breaker, this bar, which takes this power here to this one here, this screw, is going to get really hot right in here. And just next to that switch, on top, is that plastic toggle. So I just wanted to take apart this is a bad switch, but I want to take apart an old 15 amp wall switch and show you the very small area that is making your connection. It's right there. It's like the size of very small. So, when you use your irons, make sure you plug them into a wall outlet. You're going to get that full surface to plug, the connection that's important for the heat that's generated from the iron. It's not so much the wattage, you got 60 watt, 100 watt. It's the amperage that's pulling through that line. And if you just have one iron, a 60 watt iron, I still wouldn't say that a wall switch is enough for it. You want to plug it in. But if you're running, say you have, you're doing a class and you have a switch with 3 or 4 irons or 5 going at one time, and the whole thing is relying on that small little button. And if you've ever happened to you ever turn on and off a switch, you see a little spark. That's that area there connecting, right there, very small area connecting, and you can actually hear it make a little ticking noise. So please, for safety's sakes, plug your iron into a standard outlet. And if you can, I know it's not feasible for most, but if you can get your electrician to upgrade that line to a 20 amp line, which is a heavier wire instead of a 14 gauge wire in the wall, it now is a 12 gauge wire, and it has a 20 amp fuse on the breaker. Basically, it's heavier wires for heavier use. Now they do make heavy duty switches, 20 amp and better, But even then, you could plug directly into a wall outlet. I mean, I hate to see someone have a problem. And that's my safety message of the day. If you like my videos, hit the subscribe, and you'll see more of this. And I would hate to hear someone had a problem with, I mean, their switch melting or worse than that. Again, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you like my videos. Thank you for watching, and be safe out there.